Good afternoon, everybody. It's David's there, but I don't see him coming up. I wonder what's going on. Okay, you there, David?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Are you there, David?
You have your
Yeah, you're drinking some beer.
yeah.
Okay, cool. We were working on a new computer. We got it. I got it in my glasses. We got it all done. The SATA cables on the hard drive. And then bring it in here, take the laptop and the Apple down and hook it up with everything else.
He's gone. Yep, Tom's gone. Welcome to the Tom Noble show without Tom Noble. I was only kidding Jimmy Seaton when I said I'll do my own show. Here we go. Finally got the old chub. I'm half blind, so I'm going to go over here to the comments and see if I can read any comments for you. Hey, Anthony, what's up? I think Tom's having some technical difficulties with his new computer. Ian, hey. Well, I'm getting some practice at doing it myself. I can't let you up because Tom has the ability to do that. Finally got the old chub. Everybody's been talking about. It's pretty good, pretty smooth. Well, I'm not going to look at my own face. I guess I'll read the chat. Let's get Jimmy C up here. Anybody know how to get a hold of Jimmy C? Nice to have it. I was teasing him this morning about anytime he wanted to come up on a panel, I would invite him. I didn't realize I'd be doing my own panel tonight. Come on, come on. This is the Tom Noble show without Tom Noble. He's having some difficulties. Just chill out and have a beer. Next thing we know, I'll be doing live streams. Yeah, look at my ugly self there. My ugly mug on the screen. Yeah, only about half crazy from this close down. Now they got the demonstrating. That's going on all around me. It's peaceful demonstrating. But still, I don't like any kind of event like that. I don't like crowds. You know, I kind of stay away from any kind of a parade or anything like that. I hate that stuff. I'm kind of a loner, you know. I want to be in my own house or want to be out somewhere where it's quiet. Even though it is a peaceful demonstration, and this is not a political platform, but what I'm saying is I don't know, I'm not big on the social, even if it is for good, you know, government cause or whatever.
There we go.
Hey, Tom, you're back.
Yeah, my internet went down.
It sounded like it. It sounded like your bandwidth was going or something.
So, hey, Anthony, what's going on?
I got somebody else. Hey.
I showed up for the Tom Not Tom show.
That's my new name, not Tom.
Yeah.
The Tom Noble show without Tom Noble.
Well, I seen the notice. I was like, oh, Tom's on. I clicked on it. I'm like, that's not Tom. That's Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, we pulled a fast one on you, didn't we?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, we were going strong, and then all of a sudden, poof, nothing.
Well, see, David, you should have
That's
run
what
with
it
it.
feels like doing my own show. I can run the show now.
Well,
There
see,
you go,
David.
Dave. You did your own
David,
show for a while.
Yeah, David,
I
you
did
should
my own
have
show.
ran with it.
He will not let me live it down.
Yeah.
I took his show over last summer for 30 minutes or something like that. He still brings it.
Well, see, Dave, you should have ran with it. When people showed up, you should have said, haha, them hacker classes paid off.
I did run with it. We were all, you know, under the influence of some alcohol, and Dizzy went in the bathroom to shave his beard off. You know, he was growing his beard, and we had Drive Chef Drew playing the guitar and singing dumb, like old children's song in his living room.
Hey, Ian.
He had no idea. And I said, we got a raffle going on. You know, I wasn't raffling anything. I was just on there live, and I had the stage. I said, well, we're starting a raffle to get Disney to grow his beard back or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy C was looking for you last night, David.
Well, I caught up with him this morning.
Oh, okay. He asked
It
if I.
was Twitter. I got the notification from Twitter today in my email. I'm getting them like a day. There's a lag. And then my Facebook, you know, Facebook's not working. So I got the best thing to do is just email me the link. I mean, I know Jimmy C doesn't want all these different platforms, but the best way to do me is to email me. It's the quickest way.
What
That's the way I end up doing it.
All right.
I even joined Twitter for Jimmy C, and he doesn't use it. Now he uses my email.
Yeah, well, he can email it to me.
No, you can't make everybody happy.
I never used Twitter before I knew Jimmy C.
Mm.
You can't always make everybody happy.
That's actually their best rated enclosure.
What?
The one you got.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Are
you with us, Tom?
We're just about done building it.
Oh, you got to see this one here if you want. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
That, yeah. You got it.
It's like a gaming desk / computer.
Well, it looks just like my desk.
You got enough for the outside.
But you actually built. I'm saying it houses the computer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you put all your computer components in it, and that's your computer enclosure.
In the desk. Well, see, mine's like that, but it just has a drawer in it. I built the drawer. This desk was a piece of office
this is
furniture.
dope. I want this.
Oh, cool. Look at that. All the compartments and stuff.
I hella want this.
How much is it?
Oh no, look. But look, see, you can even control your USB. You got a control panel.
Oh, that's too cool.
That is dope. Oh, never mind. I don't want it now.
$1,300.
I don't want it that bad.
Go on the payment plan.
Oh,
Hey,
look at that.
let me tell you what you do. You build it out of wood and you gut 2 computer cases and mount it on the bottom. There you go.
Go, exactly.
It looks just like
Couple
my
of self tappers, you're good to go.
It's my desk with a computer case sitting on the floor. It's all in
Yep.
one.
That is
Well,
cool.
remember,
though.
I got a table. It wasn't the computer in there, Pat, but I got a table from work like that. Remember
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we had it upstairs in the
Yeah.
game room?
yeah.
I mean, I did that for you and T-Dub for school work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody gave me this table. It was from a job, my wife's job.
Weird, Cloud.
They were moving out and they gave the furniture, all half of the furniture
I
away.
am too.
Oh,
Well, this-
it gets even.
This was the dear old federal government, and they had ordered tables, and this one came in broke.
He is.
And I said, well, I can fix this. And they said, well, here, take it, because we already got the replacement coming. And the manufacturer didn't ask for the table back.
I got a lot of stuff that's mine that was given to me because it was broken. Oh, you can fix it? Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my favorites, well, we
Uh-oh.
can't fix that.
His
We
internet
just gotta
died again.
replace it. And I bring it home and I fix it.
Internet died again.
I got a lot of junk. Can't pass up free.
Yep, his internet died again.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing?
They make a double one too. I was looking at the options. They make one where you can put 2 computer systems in it.
Yeah.
And it's only another $800 more.
Yeah, only.
Heck,
Only.
you could buy a whole computer for $800.
That's like that truck. That's like that truck I was looking at. The guy says, "Hey, you can own it today for only $67,000." I said, $67,000? Hell, I didn't even pay that much for my house. What the hell?
No. The house didn't cost that much.
Oh my gosh, this thing would be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my goodness. Well, when I hit Megabucks, now I know what I'm gonna buy.
Yeah.
It'd be my
So
first
now you
purchase.
find stuff
And I got headphones on.
That's how I got this right here. It's a regular desk, but it's metal at the bottom, and I bought it at what the hell did I buy this? Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen something similar to what you're looking at, and I was like, I like that design. And I looked at it real closely, and then I came home and built the damn thing.
Yeah.
It cost me $280 when they wanted almost $2,400 something for it. Yeah,
Well, the desk was
and
free.
it's got 9 cooling fans.
The
Oh my
door,
goodness.
drawer I built underneath it came out of a dumpster.
Yeah,
I got 2 doilies.
They grew this nice. I worked at this thrift shop that sold furniture, and they
Yeah.
were constantly throwing stuff away. I dug it out of the dumpster. I said, "You threw that nice stuff away." Tell me you threw it out. I got down in that dumpster and fished it.
Oh, hey, I ain't above it. Shoot.
I mean, it's brand new. I mean,
Yeah.
it just needed some glue and a couple of little nails, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I've had my friends say, "Hey, man, I seen you
Hello.
behind so and so in the dumpster." I said, "Yeah," and I said, "You
Mhm.
remember that chainsaw you borrowed? Where do you think I found it?" In the dumpster.
Hey, we would get to work in the morning, and there would be
That's what I'm doing.
stuff sitting on the loading dock that people have donated that we normally wouldn't accept as our inventory,
Right.
and they would sell it
Okay.
for $2 or $3. You know,
Yeah.
here, take.
And I made all
They
the
won't give
cards.
it to me.
Yeah, that's why the one here is. people dump stuff back there on that ramp all the time, and like I said, it's stuff they won't even accept. They can't.
Mhm.
Well, if they get a chainsaw that doesn't, if they put gas in it and pull the cord 3 times and it doesn't start, then it's trash, you know.
Yeah.
Car.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
does anybody want to take this home? We're going to throw this.
But that's
out.
what this was. It was a Stihl MS 250. You know what those run.
Mhm.
All that was wrong with it was spark plug.
Really?
Like you said, they put gas in it. Oh, it's broke. Throw it away. I brought it home, put a new spark plug in it. First pull, crank it right up. Yeah. I said, it's a smaller one. It's a MS 250, but I said, hey, it's a trimmer, you know.
Mhm.
Easy to handle when you're trimming branches off a tree. You just could.
It'll get the job done, won't it? Price is right
Yeah, free. Well,
for the cost of a spark
$3
plug.
or something for the spark plug.
Can't go wrong there.
At
And
least the
after I cleaned it
carburetor
up, it looked brand new, you know.
Yeah.
Had to clean all the oil and the scuff marks off of it. Damn thing looks brand new.
That's the work, cleaning the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that
Oh, I learned. You know what you get them scuff marks on that plastic. You know what the best thing to use for to get them off?
What's that?
A magic eraser.
Yeah.
It
I've
works beautiful, man.
I heard that stuff will even take paint off of walls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I cleaned that whole thing with one of them magic erasers from Mr. Clean, and that some bitch looked brand new. I was like,
Mhm.
holy shit, man. So I grabbed 2 more and went and cleaned all my other equipment, and they look brand new.
well, now I know the secret. I'll get some Mr. Cleans.
There you go.
Well, I mean, you know, it's the little magic erasers, you know.
They are magic erasers.
Yeah. I said, now I know how them used guys do that shit and make it look brand new. And you buy it and come home and some bitch fall apart 2 weeks later.
Hmm. Exactly.
I feel it KIU.
Yeah. They polished it up with the magic eraser long enough to get it out the door.
Now you know. Now you know how the business works, don't you? It's
Oh, I was like, you know how many people I've known buy used cars at a used car lot, and it looks like it's brand new, nice paint, and about 3 or 4 car washes, it's got
Yeah.
swirl marks, scratches, and they're like, where the hell did that shit come from? I said, it was there when you bought it.
Hmm.
How's that? I said, you got any old ATF transmission fluid? Yeah, go get it. I put a little bit on a rag and wipe the top of that car, and all the scratches and the swirls disappear, and they're like, holy shit. I said, it
That's
holds
the
for 3
secret,
car
huh?
washes. Yeah, after the 3rd car wash, it comes out of the scratches, and you can see it again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that
I know, that's an old car
wouldn't
lot.
damage your paint. That'd be a good thing to put on the car to keep it looking new.
Well, that's an old used car lot trick when it's got a lot of swirl marks in the paint, but the paint's in
Yeah.
decent shape. You just take that ATF and buff it down, wipe it with a dry cloth. Some bitch look like you just come out of paint booth. Yeah.
It works real well on. I help a friend of mine out, and linseed oil is for not for cars, but for like the plastic.
Yeah.
But linseed oil, it'll last a little while. It'll dry out eventually, but it works really well. It puts a nice shine. on it.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent fix. It's just to
No.
make it nice.
It's just enough to polish a turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
I like
discovered that by accident, the linseed oil.
Well, you take that and you mix it with a little dye, and you wipe down leather seats that are all cracked up. You know, put the dye the color to the seat. It'll blend them cracks into where you can't even tell.
Now, I did get a
Brand new
hold of something recently. It's called McGuire's Vinyl Restore.
Yeah.
That stuff works.
Yeah.
I cleaned up a few things with it. You know, I cleaned it like the seat on my, it's mainly for my Vespa. The seat
Yeah.
looks like it's brand new. I was talking about getting a new one, $200 and some.
Yeah.
Then
Well, they also have one made for vinyl and leather.
I think that's the one I have. It's the vinyl.
Yeah, it'll soften it up and everything, man. It makes it feel like brand new seat.
Yeah, that's some nasty stuff, but I cleaned stuff, other plastic, you know, like the hard
Man,
black plastic stuff. It shines right up. It does a great job. Really works.
I tell you another thing they use that for. to dress the top of the motor. You know, when it's got all that plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You wipe
Perfect application for that.
Oh yeah, you wipe that down and you open that hood and look like a brand new motor sitting in that sucker.
You know what's good for cleaning a motor? Baby wipes.
Yeah, but that's a pain. It's a pain in the ass.
Baby wipes.
Yeah.
I don't know what they put in those things, but
yeah, you got like a whole got a little road grab and all mixture on it.
Oil, put a little lotion in it, you know.
Yeah,
it shines it right up.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. Well, it's not that. Even if you got like a hose, you know, where it's leaking a little bit, you get that road grime and stuff. You wipe them a few times with that, it looks like it was never there. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Now this is weird.
Yeah.
We lost another one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's all kind of little old tricks and.
Hey Drew, what's going on? We got some technical difficulties going on here.
That old boy showed me the 4 chemicals to mix together. You can take a cracked windshield, you mix that stuff just right, and you sit there and pour it and just let it ooze in down that crack, and it hardens. It's almost like you went to one of them windshield repair places and got the crack fixed.
Yep. You must have worked for a used car salesperson or something.
Well, I knew a lot of them.
Well, see, you know, that makes good sense. It's economical ways if you take care of your stuff. If you want your stuff to look good, you know, all the little tricks.
Yeah.
To keep your stuff nice, you know.
And the main ingredient was clear fingernail polish. That was the main ingredient to make it hard. The women's fingernail polish is clear. You know, they used to put like clear coats on their paint of their fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You mix that with that and a little bit of rubbing alcohol, as long as it's 90% or better.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of that plastic. You take it's a certain type of plastic, the way it's made, and you run that on an old cheese grater to powder it up. And you mix it with that and the alcohol, and you smear that in them cracks, rub it down, let it dry, and then take a razor blade, just like you see all the other stuff, and that cracks like it's never was in that glass.
Well, guys, just
yeah.
Fingernail polish is like lacquer or something like that, too.
Yeah. Well, it's a fingernail polish remover.
It must be a big crack if you have to have grind up plastic and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Usually a crack in a window is just.
Yeah. The chemicals in the fingernail polish melts the plastic to almost like a glass look. And
that's the base in fingernail polish is acetone.
Acetone. Yeah. But when that old boy showed me that, he grabbed that piece of plastic. He had one of them old handheld cheese graters. He was doing that. And I'm like, what in the hell are you grading plastic for? He mixed that shit with it, and he put it on that crack, and he let it dry in the sun, come back with a razor blade, scrape down it. And I was like, well, I'll be a son of a bitch.
All right, we're going to start a poll on how long my internet's going to stay up this time.
Oh, okay. Pick a square. But yeah, when he showed me some of that stuff, I was like, remind me to never buy a car from you.
Well, he knows how. Now you know how to keep your stuff looking good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what people ask me all the time. What polish you use on your truck? I said, well, your truck's a little too new. I waited a couple more years, but it's called ATF fluid. You smear it on there, wipe it real good, get a dry cloth, and wipe, get it.
Goes Tom. He's the circle of death.
Internet will kick him out again in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I said we're going to start a pool on how long I get to stay on this time.
Yeah. You'll have to bring up a square deal behind you. Okay, who wants this square?
I could just use the calendar. We'll pick a month and use it.
Yeah. You want 2 minutes, 5 minutes?
How many minutes you say? Up to 30 minutes. Pick a number.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pick from 1 minute to 30 minutes. What's your number?
Tom, are you on the new? Are you on the Apple?
I was going to be on the Mac computer today, but
The
then as Pat sat there and right before he left, he got it all updated and everything and whatever for me. And then I realized that I had no email on that. We never set up email on that computer.
No, we haven't yet.
Yeah.
And I quickly switched it back over to the laptop, and I mean it was like 2:27 when I'm doing all this.
And you got your email through Cox. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Comcast or Cox or one of them. Yeah.
So Cox is my internet provider. Yes.
And that's what they suck is Cox.
Yeah.
I remember setting up the old.
And that's one of them companies say, well, they named that one, right?
Yep.
You know, I actually met the president of Cox Communications one time.
Should have told him he's a jerk off. No, I'm joking.
Well, that's like me for a while. We had the company through here for that new one coming. It was called Suddenlink. Now I know why it was Suddenlink, because it was sudden that you ever had it.
Yeah.
You know, it suddenly come and it suddenly go. It suddenly comes, suddenly go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you
And then
said
they
that
came-
one.
And then they got bought out by a company called Altice.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's
Well,
see.
not bought out. They merged or something. I guess Altice was the bigger one of the two or whatever.
Yeah,
All their equipment says
all-
Altice on it now.
Well, like I was on Time Warner. It's my provider when I started. They said to make check payable to Time Warner. Then Spectrum took it over.
Mm-hmm.
So they said to make it payable to Spectrum. And then when it comes up on my bank statement, it says Charter Communications.
Yeah.
So it's been Time Warner, it's been Spectrum, it's been Charter, it's been something else too. Another
I don't know.
company.
Well, you want to know a funny thing? I'm about
Hey
Charter.
Drew, what's going on?
That's called Charter Cable Incorporated. It's 7 owners, okay? The 2 companies you just named, they own them. All they do is change the name. You know, they get enough people pissed at them, they change the name to make it look like someone else took over.
So that's
But
why
when you look at your bill, you're still paying Charter.
I was paying Time Warner,
Yeah. Well, Time Warner got bought out by Charters.
and then they changed the.
Yeah.
You know, where you mail the check, they changed the mailing address. It was being
Yep.
sent down here to Charlotte. And now it's
North
being
Carolina.
sent where Charter is, wherever that is.
North Carolina.
Well, I'm not going to go get the bill. The check was going to Charlotte, North Carolina for a long time.
Well, that's like here. They come out here when I was suddenly. They said, "Well, we got a new system. We have to change your equipment." And I said, "Well, hell, I don't mind you changing my equipment, but I hope that one works better than the last shit y'all left here."
Mhm. And it didn't. And it didn't.
No, so far so good.
Okay.
They it's an outfit because on all their equipment it says Altice One is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I gotta say, even though they're a little pricier than the last asshole, it's on. And it stays on.
Also, it's kind of like public utility or whatever. They're not. It's not a for-profit company, but they'll gouge you to death.
I don't know. I know you can get a mobile phone for them for like unlimited everything for $20 a month. For life.
Really, that's great.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Damn.
But it's funny though, when you go to look them up online, you have to type in Suddenlink, but everything comes up, you know, all the equipment, everything's Altice One. You know, get
That's
Altice One mobile for $20 for life, you know, and I'm like, okay, what is it? Is it Altice One? Is it Suddenlink? Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll change.
Yeah, it'll change again. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will buy it and change it out. And
Well,
be
you
done
know,
with
half
it.
the time it's funny. They'll run it in the ground, file bankruptcy, reopen it in a different name, and it's the same freaking owners.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the funny thing about it is, let's see, it's as I can say, as old as Pat is, we've had Cox Communications is probably the 5th owner of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
internet in this valley. I mean,
Yeah.
it was Prime, it was this, it was. I mean,
Yeah.
Hold your breath, they'll sell it again.
Yeah.
And this is the longest it's been. Is been Cox has owned it.
Yeah. Well, that's like here for a while. It was a company called View. And they came in here and bought it from a place called Communicom. And they basically rebuilt it, revamped everything, went fiber optic and all that. They basically did a big update. And as soon as they got that booger running like a spotted 8, they sold it.
Well, that's their business.
Yeah.
They build it up and sell it. That's
Yep.
all. They're not in the communication business. They're in the
Yeah.
buying and selling of a business.
Oh, yeah. As soon as they get a good base number on it, they say, hey, you want to buy it?
Yeah, there are people that do that. And I don't know how they do it. I'm not a businessman. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember like this consignment shop a whole lot where I used to live in.
I tell people I worked 27 years with HUD. And if people knew half the shit I knew about how HUD did things, they would be totally pissed. I mean, lordly pissed.
Well, you can thank HUD for all of the, well, at least around here, for all of the CVS and
Yeah.
Walgreens stores popping up in lower economic.
Yeah, but see, I was on the construction end of it. And people don't realize when they allocate money and material to a certain job, it has to stay on that job, whether it's used or not. You would not believe how many appliances,
Yeah.
brand new appliance sets, I had to stick in a dumpster, in a compactor dumpster, and smash it because it was allocated to that job. And for whatever their paperwork reason, you can't say, like, if I had 15 fridges left, you think, well, hey, let's hold it to the next project. No, you either use it or trash it.
You can't donate it to charity. You can't donate.
Oh no, hell no! They're not going to give it out. No, they'll destroy it before they have you get it for free.
Yeah, those are some things I don't understand.
Well, I tell you, this is the reason they tell me they do
I'm
it.
a believer. If you got extra, there's going to be somebody out there that's
We'll carry it to the next job.
Yeah.
that, or give it to Goodwill, or give it to somewhere that.
But let me tell you, this is the reason they do that. Because each year they allocate a certain amount of money each year for all the projects.
Mm-hmm.
And if they keep saving money by carrying stuff from one project to other, the next year the government cuts the money back because they go, well, hey,
They have
look,
a budget. Yeah.
you didn't use all that last year, so
Well, if they
we're
don't
going to give you this
they-
much.
That sounds like California and their allocation of water to Lake Mead. They're allowed X number of gallons a year.
Yeah.
And then if they don't use it all, then the following year they could sit there and they get cut back because they didn't use all what they did. So what they found out what California was doing is they were taking the water then and dumping it in the Pacific Ocean to show that they used all the required gallonage from Lake Mead.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the year that you actually do need extra, they won't allocate it to you because the year before you only use half of it.
Yeah.
Now, California could have been using that water to put some of those fires out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of dumping it in the ocean.
Well, why not take the water and start filling up a couple of your reservoirs rather than dumping it in the ocean?
Yeah, that's stupid. Why don't they build a reservoir to put the water?
Yeah.
I'm a little naive.
Because the reservoir, to build up the reservoir takes more money they don't want to spend. Yep.
That's why most Nevadans aren't too keen on the state of California.
Oh yeah. They gotta allocate that money for the raise each year,
Okay.
Oh, believe me, half that shit I used to have to trash.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I could have lost my job, but it got donated.
10-4. Well, see, I used to volunteer for I worked for them for a little while. I worked for Habitat for Humanity, and that's what we did. We
Well, that's
appliances to like college students, you know, that were they had their first apartment. They were
Yeah.
trying to get established or make it affordable for them, you know, and then they want to throw it in a dumpster. You know, there are people that need that stuff.
Oh yeah, I donate all kind of stuff, man. Because let me tell you, I'm the kind of person. You hand me the keys to a truck, in the back of the truck and the trailer is 16-foot trailer full of appliances, and tell me to go have it crushed. I'll be like,
Wow.
yeah, I'll get rid of it. I'll see you in about 7 hours. I come back with that trailer empty, but I guarantee you, it didn't get crushed.
There you go.
There you go. It's the way to do it.
Habitat for Humanity. Here I come.
Oh yeah, Habitat Humanity, Goodwill, my neighbors.
Salvation Army.
Yeah, the guy on the curb that, you know, his refrigerator went out 2 weeks
Just
ago.
don't
couldn't
say
afford
where you
one.
got.
Well, you know, I have been. There
Yeah.
was a time I needed a refrigerator, and I really couldn't afford to get a new refrigerator.
Or, you know, the best thing I used to do, I'd take a trailer load of that shit and I'd go to a flea market and I'd get about 10 or 12 vendors and I'd tell them highest bidder gets it.
There's all kinds of things.
Yeah,
That's
because I
cool.
can make an extra $200-300 in a day. Just pull that trailer up and, okay, highest bidder gets it. And then guy goes, I'll give you $300 for it. I'm like, it's yours. And he's looking at me like, are you serious? That's all brand new refrigerator. I said, hey, bro, if you got $300 cash and you can get someone to unload them, they're yours today.
Mhm.
That man made him in off of refrigerators because of you, and they didn't get wasted. They didn't get thrown away.
I think we should all get along and act like adults and have a problem about
Yeah.
it.
We think alike. We think alike. My dad was really conservative. He never threw anything away. When he died, his garage was so packed full of stuff. It's going to
Sounds
take us
like
years
my
to
dad.
Oh, I
My
still
dad
got
had paint cans. My dad had paint cans of paint that he painted the house back in the 60s, and he died like in 2001 or
Yep.
2002. And
My dad did.
we were sitting there, I'm going through all this stuff going, what the fuck did he save this stuff for?
Yeah.
Old
I just-
oil based.
That's just the way they did, man. When you went through the Depression, that's
Yeah,
what
they
my
were,
dad
Depression. There were folks that lived during the Depression. They saved
saved everything. Yeah.
everything.
My granddad had paint cans out in the shop that I threw away that it was bricks. That's how old it was. It didn't
They just can't bear to throw anything away. It's a
Yeah, even when he was sick, I was like, Granddad, why you got this? Well, that paint and such and such. I said, Dad, that was 55 years ago, bro. This shit. I said, I don't give a shit what you pour in here. You're not liquefying it again.
Hello, it's hard as a rock.
Yeah.
No amount of paint thinner I can throw in there is going to soften this stuff up.
I
Yeah,
said,
you're gonna have to find me some real powerful paint.
I used to tell him we can cut the bottom of the can, use it for a clay shot.
Well,
Shoot
see,
it
you
up
know what,
there.
my dad, he wasn't worried about the paint. He was worried about the can. Hey, don't throw
How many
that
kills you
can
got,
away.
Evelyn?
Yeah.
To a point, I do care. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hold on, let me look at something here for a minute.
Oh, he was a good old guy. My dad was, but we still have all of his tools, and all of them are real dull. I had to go to Mom's last summer to do some work
What
on
would
it.
he do? What would he do?
I had to buy tools because Dad's tools are all
Okay.
rusty and old.
Yeah.
Trash. They should have been thrown away a long time ago.
What are you talking about? Shoot, I know in my shop right now, I probably got about 8. I probably got 8 vanity sinks for a bathroom from Kohler still in the boxes.
My dad, every screwdriver he had was round on the end of it because it was worn out. I mean, how much does a set of screwdrivers cost? I had to go buy screwdrivers. I had to go buy pliers. I had to go buy drill
What?
bits. I could find a drill that worked.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been slowly cleaning my
Right
shop,
on.
and I found out I'm the owner of 28 10mm wrenches.
Well, you're one of the few. Everybody lose. That's where they've all been going. All the 10 millimeter.
Well, yeah, but see, that's how I got it. 'Cause I
Are they all
kept
the same
losing
brand?
it or thinking
Are they
I
all
was.
the same brand?
That's
Yeah.
the number one
They all the
loss.
same brand.
No. I got Craftsman, Stanley, Black Hawk, Snap On. Because I'd lose it and go buy one, and like I said, I finally decided to clean up and get all my tools in one area, and I was like, "Hey, there's those 3. Hey, there's those 4. Hey, there's those."
I keep all my tools
I
all
put
in
me a
one.
peg on the. I hung cork board all over the wall, and I put a peg, and I got just a stack about that thick of 10 millimeters hanging off of it.
I probably have about 5 of them. I collect them. You know, I'll look at them on eBay and stuff like that and buy them if they're at reasonable prices.
Well, my problem is I was always too cheap to buy one of the big toolbox, so I'd buy a little toolbox here, a little toolbox here, a little toolbox here, and they were all full. Finally, I went and bought one of them big, huge shop deals. So now I got it out in the shop. I'm slowly taking all the smaller ones and condensing it into that. Where I know where shit's at, still having it scattered from here to this building, that
You
building.
know, I don't have a great big toolbox, nothing major, but yeah, I went through that. I had like this toolbox my dad gave me that came from Sears. I'm never getting rid of that one. That's my anything electrical, you know, a line or a cord for something that I don't quite want to throw out. That's the box that all the strange electrical wiring, you know, cables and stuff for computers and stuff like that. It's all in there. So if I need an oddball cable for something, I'll look in there before I buy one.
I got tools out there from my grandfather. Half of them I have to look it up to see what it is. Because you look at it, you go, well, I know it's a tool, but what the hell does it do? You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I look it up, and it's for something that they quit making 50 years ago. Yeah. I was like, hell, it's an antique. I'll hang it on the wall for decorations.
It's fun to find those tools people made. Like something special.
Oh, yeah. You talk about the 3 welded wrenches together and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather was famous for that. You know, put it this way, if you got an old car, I got the wrench to take the distributor off where you can get back there.
That's one of
Like
those
the one we made.
homemade tools.
Yeah, because you take 2 wrenches and weld them together and make it where it go down there with the right angle, and you just go eek, eek, eek.
Sometimes I can hear real bit.
Yeah. I was like,
The
wow.
problem is you don't find cars with distributors on them anymore, so they probably don't.
Well,
make
around here we do because I have a lot of hot rodders around me, so you know,
Yeah,
car collectors
I'm
and
sorry,
stuff.
I can't hear me over here.
Yeah.
I did see somebody doing a video on YouTube the other day. They were doing a fuel injected car that had a distributor on it. I go, okay.
Well, that's like my buddy the other day. He said, I think something wrong with my distributor in my car. I said, bro, your car doesn't have a distributor. I said, it's got individual coil packs, but I said, it don't have a distributor. I said, them days are long gone.
Well, I watched this channel. I think his channel's like Two Stroke. He does imported cars, old
Yeah.
imported cars, you know, like the BMWs and stuff like that. And somebody brought a car into him, a friend, and he said, I've owned this car since 1989. It was a 1989 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
And he took it to the Toyota place, and the Toyota place said, among other things, he had to have all the power steering replaced.
Yeah.
So, and quoted him this horrible price. So he took it to his friend and he said, can you look at this car? Do you see what's wrong with it? He said, well, this car doesn't even have power steering. The 1989 Corolla didn't have power steering.
Yeah.
He said all you needed was a tune-up.
Yeah. Well,
That's
no,
all.
don't even get me started on that. My buddy had a little Sonoma pickup, basically, you know, a GM, you know, an S10. It's just the GM's side of it. And he brought it to he's brought it to 3 different shops in this area. And every 3 of them screwed him royally. Because he ended up still having they'd mess with it and then it'd run okay for a day or two and go right back to what it was doing. Well, he finally got tired and brought it to me. He goes, look, I know you're retired and you don't like messing with shit anymore. He said, but man, he said, I've done had this to 3 mechanic shop and I got $3,200 tied into it and it's still running like shit. I went out there in 10 minutes of troubleshooting. I mean, actual troubleshooting. 10 minutes, I found the problem. It was his gear and his distributor.
Yeah.
That's what.
Because as soon as I took the top of the distributor, I could take the rotary button and move it like this. Now, to me and you, that don't seem like much movement. But to your timing, that's a lot of movement.
Yeah, all it is like 2 or 3 degrees.
But look, after all that money, I went down. I took them down to Advance Auto here because they were the only one that had one in stock. Bought a brand new distributor, the whole thing. Come down here and stuck it in. You know, timed it, slapped it in, plugged it up. He ain't had a problem since. Yeah,
that's because these newer people don't know how to work on.
Well, they swap parts hoping to find the problem. They don't troubleshoot. They just swap parts. And that pisses me off because they call themselves ASE certified and all they do is swap parts. Hey, Captain.
Hey.
Shandog's in the house.
I mean, I'm not saying every shop does it, but it's sad that man went through 3 shops and $3,200 for a $28 distributor.
Well, I don't think the shops really, and I'm not one to say, but I don't think they entirely mean harm, but these people that work at these shops, they don't know what they're doing. If this doesn't work, we'll try this. By the time
but the thing is, if you own that shop and you're running it,
$1,000.
Yeah, but David, you can't say that it's not the shop because regardless of the worker, you run the shop. You're responsible to make sure you got people that know what the hell they're doing.
Good luck. My dad had a shop like that.
Shandog's in the house, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Shandog. But I'm just saying, you know, as an owner, it's your responsibility. Just like my shop. I test my people on a regular basis. They couldn't handle it. I'm like, you're out, bro. You lied to me. You told me you knew what you was doing.
Yeah, my dad owned a shop. I managed the parts department.
Anthony, you're right. You're liable for the what work is done on that.
Yeah, it's your name. It's your name on that sign. You know what I'm saying? It's your name on that sign. Yeah.
I know. I've been there because see, I managed the parts department for my dad's shop for like 10 years, and it was a great job. I enjoyed it. Didn't make a lot of money on it, but I really enjoyed working there.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing them talk. You know, they would hire people in there, and they'd actually work with them.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Captain Dick was here for a minute.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me up, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this real classy T-shirt on today.
Yeah. Tom can tell you
that.
I'm just one of them people. I don't believe in blaming other people, you know, because the people get so comfortable of passing the buck and they don't take responsibility for themselves. And it just pisses me off when I hear someone say, well, you know, no, you own the place. It's your responsibility to make sure you hire people know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. Own up for your mistakes. That's, my major complaint with just about anybody. They don't own up for their mistakes.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I've hired some idiots, but I'm the kind of person I'd come up and say, look, Tom, I know they screwed your shit up. It's my fault because I hired the dumbass. We're gonna make this right, or we'll get you a new one. You know, one way or the other, we're gonna make this right. Yeah. That's the way business is supposed to be handled. Not
I turn my camera off because
Yeah.
What was it when I was working in the dealership? Because you
turn my camera off because I'm on my
flat
phone.
rate manual, that you would sit there, and if you had to come back in, that was entirely fixed on your time.
Callback. We called it a callback.
It was entirely fixed on your time.
Oh yeah.
After hour. Well, if it was a service call, you wouldn't get paid to do that.
Yeah, I had two major projects I had to finish from start to beginning, and I had to eat every cost of the labor, every cost of it.
No, the customer's not going to pay for the labor, so you eat the labor on that if it's not done right the first time.
But yeah, but like Tom said, you got to make it right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I got to say for those folks that I work for. They did. And they had same customers for
All right, I
30 years.
gotta get going, guys, because my phone is draining real quick. I didn't know it would freaking die this fast when I just using freaking, satellite and freaking eating up my data and whatever. So I gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you, Captain Jerk. Hey, T-Dub.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Thanks for having me up. I'll try to, but I got my power off right now, so I'm
Beam me up,
phone
Scott.
instead of.
Yeah, well, the show started off on a shaky boot. My internet kept going in and out.
Yeah, it was not the Tom show.
It was actually the David C. show.
Yeah.
It's the David C. show for a little while.
Yeah. Taking over the world, one button at a time.
Hey, you Disney 1969 thinks I am. He says, you're on every live show. I see you everywhere.
I get
Jimmy C. was worried about me. He said, I haven't seen you in about a week, but I said, well, weren't you on Tom Noble's show last Friday?
Well, I had a guy told me that a couple days ago. He said, man, every show I come on, you're there. And I'm like, well, that just makes you a YouTube whore like me.
Well, it's like some people that come on. I haven't seen Dean Machine for a while. I haven't seen WTF Mike for a while. The people come and go.
Oh, he's around. You just got to catch him in the right show.
Right.
Yeah. I just seen him a few
I
nights
appreciate Jimmy C. thinking about me and missing me, but I came out here at like 3-something this morning.
Yeah.
Checked because I couldn't stay up last night. It's just too late.
No,
They were still on. I was on.
I hang till about 2, and that's about as far as I pushed it.
Jimmy started the show last night, and
Yep.
I sat there and I jumped on, and he sat there and asked me if I saw it talk to you, and I said, yeah. I said, well, weren't you on his show on Tuesday?
I don't remember. I think I missed that one, and
Yeah.
he did one Wednesday night that I had no clue about. I got up the next morning.
I missed that one totally too.
Well, he normally doesn't do Wednesday because of Ken, but Ken's been down, so he did Wednesday. Yeah. That's why he named it since Ken's not here. Yeah.
Okay.
He was looking for somewhere to hang out, and nobody was hanging out, so he just started.
Well, poor Jimmy C. said,
I'm out of ammo.
I told Jimmy C. I said, if you want to go,
Oh, hey, bro.
put somebody up on a panel,
What's going on,
call me. I'll give you my phone number. You call me and say, can you come up on a panel? He wants to do a panel. If I'm not working, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, I haven't been everywhere like I normally have, but I tell people it's summertime. I got crap to do outdoors. I gotta go do that.
Well, this COVID-19 thing has messed my metabolism or whatever up. I don't want to stay up late anymore. I like getting up early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't say that. I've had people ask me that. It hadn't changed nothing for me.
I actually shocked the shit out of Pat today. I sat there. He texted me at about 7:38, and I'm usually up at 6. And then he calls me at about 9:30, and I sat there and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Getting dressed. I slept in today." He goes, "Damn."
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, though. I gotta give COVID-19 credit for one thing. This year, when the flounder season opened, I was the only crazy son of a bitch out there, and I'm gonna tell you what. For 7 days in a row, I caught my limit every day.
Oh man, I do like some
Every
good
day.
flour. Yeah.
I
Well,
had
there you go.
some as wide as my chest, man. I was like, holy crap, amen.
You gave all that away. You probably got a freezer.
Oh, I
full.
know. I made a killing selling it, man, because I know a lot of people to buy it. Yeah.
I like that, and I like some good catfish too.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to
Oh, I don't
flounder and
do
bluefin crab, I can sell
Yeah,
that all day
People
long.
say, "Oh, you like catfish?" And I said, "Well, you haven't had good catfish."
Yeah. Well, a lot of people say, well, it's a
it
bottom
tastes like
feeder. I say, well, you eat
mud.
flounder. That's a bottom feeder, too.
Ugh, catfish is a bottom feeder. They eat
You
mud.
need me in there?
That's it, you know. We like to eat chicken. It's a bottom feeder, too.
Oh, you should see what chickens eat. They'll eat anything.
Chickens will eat anything.
Yeah,
They're dirty.
including themselves if one lays long enough.
All
That's
right.
just
Sorry to
nature,
cut it short,
kind of.
guys. I got to get out of here.
All right. See you later, bro.
All right, talk to you
The way
later.
nature works, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I know. My buddy, it's his first year raising chickens, and he had one die, and he said, time he come out, half of it was missing. I said, yeah, because his buddies were like, look.
Oh, yeah. They like chicken too.
Yeah. Hey, Fred tastes like chicken.
Tastes just like chicken.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go refill.
You gotta go refuel the monster.
That's a whole new one. You got to go easy on this old chub. It's 8%.
No,
This one
okay.
says it is.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of people buy that Natty Daddy, and they try to drink it like they drink their normal beer. Bro, you can't do that. Why?
Yeah, I guess.
Your normal beer is like 2.33%. I said, that's 8.
That's like drinking three beers in one beer.
Right. Yeah, and they don't know that. They'll slam about 2 6-packs down. And they wonder why they can't walk.
Well, that's one reason. Like last night was an early night. I had like
What the hell?
2 of these and like a regular beer, and it's like goodbye.
Whoa.
Good night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to realize there's a big difference between 3% and 8.
But you know, when you think about it, you know, this stuff, this costs more, but you really get your money's worth because it's like having 3 beers instead of
Right, in one. Yeah.
And there's this one that's 11%. It's that
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Dragon's
about.
milk. I
Yeah.
finally got a chance to try that. Oh man, that stuff, it's good, but you got to go real easy on the Dragon's milk.
Well, that's like my homemade wine. People say, what's the stout on it? I said, well, between 16 and 17. No, that ain't that much. And they sit there and slug on the bottle. And they're like, man, I was tore up. I said, I told you it was 17%.
Well, yeah, that's pretty close to liquor.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
alcohol content there.
I think Shandog had asked me how the car's coming, and I want to tell him that the dash is done, stereo's installed, wiring's tightened up. Pat saw it today; he liked it.
Yeah, you finally get it mounted, the radio?
Yeah, it's in, it's rocking. As soon as I get my new computer up and rolling, I got a ton of video to load up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So everybody, bear with me, and you'll probably make it Sunday, depending upon how tomorrow goes, because tomorrow is startup day for it.
Yeah, I'll be by earlier in the morning.
Ooh, then I better not drink anymore and go to sleep tonight, huh?
That's all right. Just don't sleep in. I'll just take the garage door opener out of Robin's car. That way, I don't gotta wake you up.
Hey,
I
Lisa,
won't even say shit like that time you were on the couch and I came in. I'll just fucking get the computer booted up, get Office loaded on it, do all the updates, and laptop and everything will be put away. And you're walking the computer room and be like, I didn't drink that much last night.
That's something my brother would do. He'd come out there and the whole thing's all set up, the email's all set up.
It's ready to go.
Ready to go.
It's all together. The hard drives are in it, processors there,
Yeah.
RAM's there. I mean, it's ready to go. Only thing to do is plug it into the wall, hook it all up, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
I just got to bring my flash drive. Actually, is it this one? No, it's not this one. I think it's
We
upstairs.
need some SATA cables for the hard drive.
I'm sure you have some, but if not, I'll look upstairs. I know I have some spares. I know I got at least 6 or 7. We only need 2. That's the only thing we need. We got to hook up the hard drives to the motherboard. That's it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I would have came over right when you woke up and I had everything, we could have had it up and running for the show.
That's the way it works out. It works out sometimes.
Yeah. What, Evelyn?
Yeah, like my dad used to say, shit in one hand, wish in the other one, see which fills up faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just got to bring my boot up flash drive for us, so we have a copy of Windows 10 at least, and then just go hit up Fleabay.
Yeah.
To get you a serial. See, that's the thing though, is if you had a copy of Windows before, you should still have a serial number. So I mean, you
So
bought
are
that.
you running Windows on a Mac?
You can not me, not my dad. We're building. Oh, his internet died again. Okay, no wonder why I wasn't getting.
Oh, I
back
wonder
to.
why you were. I guess it can be done. But
It can. Yeah, you download an app called Boot Camp, and then when you restart your computer, you hold, I think, like an Apple, and you hold the Apple button and a different key, and
Yeah,
it'll ask
Go
you
into your BIOS setting, and you can boot it
Kinda.
from like a USB
or something.
or whatever. Yeah,
Because
that's the way
if you
I've done mine.
Yeah, the way I've done it before is they partition your hard drive off into two partitions, one
Yeah.
for Windows, one for your Mac, and then it's like when you're booting up, you hold a button and it'll boot into Windows, or it'll give you the option which partition to boot from, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
It's been a while.
You partition your drive, one systems and one.
Yeah. It's
See,
been
I'm
years.
doing Linux.
Yeah,
and
that's
I have my Linux operating system on one of these drives, and it's in a real safe place. It's locked away because it's like the backup if something happens.
mhm.
I could reboot the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I got
know-
two other computers. So I can use
I know
backups.
yesterday I ordered one of me those XPC sticks, man, because a friend of mine had one. He brought it over here, and this old computer I had hadn't worked in a long time. I slapped that bugger in there, and that son bitch fired up. I said, "Oh hell yeah, I gotta get me one of these." Yeah, and that thing don't even have a hard drive, and that little USB stick fired that bugger up and ran it. And it was running faster than this one.
No, USB stick is like a little hard drive. Some of them are
Yeah, depending on which one you buy. Yeah.
32 or 64 gigabyte. Yeah, that's a good amount of space. That'll get you started.
Yeah.
Because this Linux only takes up like somewhere between 1 and 2 gigabytes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it worked. I was impressed. I've been watching a commercial, and I'm like, well, sometimes they hype them commercials up,
No, they come along. This technology advances so quickly. It's amazing how fast.
Wow. I always thought, well, that's like a lot of those operating softwares are over. They try to make them complicated, so you got to rely on them to update anything. But that Linux sticks, man, that's impressive.
Mhm.
You plug that little small booger into your USB drive of a laptop and don't even have a hard drive, and that booger just. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Technology's gotten crazy now.
Yeah.
Well, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into, is that sector of it.
I know YouTube and YouTube, Facebook, and all that other one's been sending me some nasty emails because I bought one of those on this server tower here. I got one of those no ad sticks.
Oh, ad block? Yeah.
Yeah, and that booger works, man, because I don't have to watch no freaking commercials.
Yes, I got it in I'm running Firefox right now, and I've got ad block as my.
Yeah.
It works. It blocks those. And a lot of these, don't tell any of these people doing YouTube channels because that's cutting into their revenue.
Yo.
Yeah.
Like my channel, I don't make money off of YouTube.
Yeah, when I get on YouTube, I usually turn it off because most everybody I get on, I know, and I don't want to, knock them out making their half a penny,
Mhm.
Well, like some people are getting money for these videos, but like it's a half of a cent per video or something like that.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
it's marginal, but still, yeah.
Very But you know, my brother has a YouTube channel and he makes money off it. He doesn't make much, but he makes money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's.
Oh,
start.
we're back. Look at that. It's like
We're
it
back.
comes and goes in like 5-10 minute spans. Look at that.
Yeah, well, actually, whoever had the number 30 wins the pot, whatever the pot was, because I was on for 30 minutes with you guys, and then all of a sudden it crapped out on me.
Yeah.
Well, the pot was a case of Old Chub.
Yeah. Soon you send a self-addressed self-addressed stamped box to Tom. He'll mail you the 2 cases of that good old fine quality.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out Jimmy C's mail. At the May 5th, I think it was, I mailed him 2 stickers and a check for his shirt, and he still hasn't gotten it.
Yeah.
So I just gotta get a hold of his PayPal account and dump $27 in it. And
Well, that's like when I sent sent WTF Mike that package. I went to the post office, to my post office, and said, "Hey, I'm mailing it from here to this address here. What's it going to cost me?" Paid for it. They got it, and then they shipped it off. And then when he got it on his end, to pick it up, he had to pay an extra $3 because the postage wasn't paid. And I'm like, now you would think down here, hey, I'm mailing it from here to so-and-so North Dakota. Here's the zip. What's it going to cost? You think they would know, okay. I said, what is it? They separate the post office now and they all work for themselves?
well, that's how I mailed. I sent Captain Jerk a 12-pack of Dragon's Milk in the cans.
Yeah.
And Jimmy sat there. He goes, "Wow, why don't you send me a 12 or 2?" And I sat there and I said, "I'm afraid to. You might not never get it."
Get it?
And
yeah.
then he says, "Send it FedEx." That gal comes right up to my doorstep and drops it off.
Yeah. Yeah. FedEx is the same way here. They come to your door. They don't do none of that throw and dash crap. Yeah.
Like Amazon.
Oh God. I mean, get
God,
me
nobody rings the doorbells anymore. I mean, with this past computer, I had post office, UPS, and FedEx, all 3 of them sitting there, and not one of them rang the doorbell. They just dropped stuff off, and if it wasn't for me checking when it was being delivered, that stuff would have sat out there.
They do that here too, especially UPS. And the only thing that saves me is, I'm here. And I got cameras everywhere, and I look, and they're motion sensors, so I get that little beeping, and I look up and say, "Oh, thanks for letting me know I got a package on my front porch, asshole."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, usually I know if I'm home, I'll know it because they come up the walk with the package, and they have one of those machines that they scan it with, and it beeps, and they'll hear this beeping sound outside the front door. Well, I know I'm getting a package. Now, sometimes our mail carrier will scan it. Will scan the package before she takes it off the truck.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, that's like our post guy, FedEx, at least here, those 2. They'll leave it on the porch, but they'll knock, they'll bang on the door and then walk off,
Well, they will, I order stuff off of email. They email you and tell you that it was delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that on my phone.
Sometimes I've gotten an email, oh, so-and-so, and I open the front door and it's sitting out there.
Yeah.
Well, everything I ordered was from Newegg because they're probably the best, on pricing, and it was always several hours after the fact it got delivered that they would email me and say, "Oh, your package got delivered. How was it?" And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, okay."
I didn't know.
Well, yeah.
The one thing I like about Amazon, they send a little picture, they put a little picture in the email of what it looked like when they left it. Now, I sent my mom a box of candy for Christmas, and they had damaged like the edge of the box of candy. And I did say, it's not a problem, but I want to give you feedback. The box was damaged, and it was a gift. And Mom doesn't care because the candy wasn't damaged.
Candy still tastes like the chocolate's a chocolate, man.
Well, they had
Whether
to
it's
start.
crushed on one side or not, it's still chocolate.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't
Well, I
change.
know. Yeah, they started taking pictures like that because people would call up and make claims that, well, it never got delivered. I need my money back or another one sent to me, and they already got it. You know, they just playing that I didn't get it game. Now they take pictures and say, hey, look, here's your front of your house. Here's the package.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
but the
didn't
funny
get
thing
it,
about
if
it
you didn't get it, either
if
you
you-
lying or you need to go beat the hell out of one of your neighbors.
Exactly.
Hey, Scrap and Irish is in the house.
Hey,
How's it going?
But actually, they have to, my opinion, if they have to put it in your hands. The front
Yeah.
doorstep doesn't count. It's got to
No.
be in your hands. And if that guy doesn't ring the doorbell, that's not placing it in your hands,
nope.
in
Nope.
my opinion. So if you
Well,
don't ring
some
my
of that
doorbell
computer
and my
stuff-
package gets stolen, you never delivered it to me. And I'll call my credit card company and I'll have them revoke the payment or you get me the package.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I've had
can't
to
you
do
just
that
tell them
several
to have them to
It's not my responsibility to go down and
Delivered?
start kicking the ass out of all my neighbors asking who got the package.
I
Right.
thought some of these companies you had to sign for it when it was delivered. Like if it was something expensive, like
Well, believe it or not, if you look, sometimes if you look when you order and there's a deal that says must be signed for.
yeah,
That way they can't just dash and go. They have to physically say, hey, sign on the pad. Yeah.
Now,
well, I've
everything
gotten
that
home
they
from work and there was a little card on the door that said we tried to deliver this package. You
Right.
can come down to the post office and pick it up, or you can sign this card and we'll deliver it to you. And
Right.
what I usually do is just sign the card and the package will be waiting there. For
now the highest priced item that I ordered for the computer was the CPU. And that came FedEx and that was supposed to be signed for. So when that got delivered, he stood there at the door, rang the doorbell, stood there and said, Tom Noble, yeah. And he said, okay. And he handed me the CPU and he said, thank you. And I said, don't you need me to sign for it? He said, no, you got the CPU. I saw you and we're being videoed right now. Later. And
Yeah.
turned around.
So FedEx is videotaping transaction. That's good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So, well, but my opinion is if if I order something, you're gonna put it in my hands.
Right.
My doorstep is not my hands.
Nope.
Ringing the doorbell, tell me that something's there, is notifying me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. There's stuff that I tell them, man, don't ever leave that on my porches. You know, I said, don't get me wrong, my porch is more safe than most people because they know I have cameras and they know I'm a trigger happy son of a bitch. So, you know,
Mhm.
Well, my porch is safe because they can't find first of all, they can't find where I live. My porch is 4 foot out steps.
so they
They can't
leave it
even
on the
see where
neighbor's
the door is. I had something delivered the other day and they were in the parking lot, but I'm in an apartment, so I'm in the basement, but they were in the parking lot behind the house. It was Amazon. And they said, well, where is your door? Where's your front door? And I showed them where it was. And I had to walk them down this walk behind, and these steps going up and all that. The front door's right there. I said, everybody has trouble finding it. It's terrible. And I I had my wallet, so I pulled my ID out and I said, I'm really David Collins. This is really, and he says, I'm looking for 636 and I can't find it. Well, there's 3 big numbers on the side of the house. It's 636.
Yeah.
If you miss that, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be driving for Amazon.
How many fingers I hold up?
What do these 3 numbers mean?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he got there, to even find it in the first place.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
I was out in the neighborhood. I was running an errand, and I noticed he came in
mhm.
to the entrance to the neighborhood, to the traffic light. He went down one street, then we went around each other, and then I finally got home.
Mhm.
And then this guy pulls up It does. It's not even Amazon. It's some delivery company.
Oh, okay.
It's not DHL, but it was something like that. I thought it was a plumber or something like that. And he said, "Do you know where 636 is?" I said, "Well, this is 636."
Yeah.
It was funny. That's why I don't have to worry about anything getting stolen. They can't find the place to start with. So
Yeah.
That's
So hopefully next week's show will be on the new computer. So
Yeah, that's like here. Half the time I order something from like Amazon, it's delivered by the mailman.
I've
had a few packages from Amazon from the mailman.
Yep,
And I'm a prime
It's in the bucket.
me
I'm a
too.
prime account holder, so
Yeah.
it's supposed to be here in 2 days.
Yep,
And so you gave it to snail mail, and you expect it to be here in 2 days.
yeah,
No, I had to go.
So
yeah. I can't say nothing. About every package I've ever ordered from Amazon, it's here. In fact, I ordered a part for a lawnmower yesterday, and it got here this morning. And that was a day. Not even, well, actually 16 hours.
Well, tonight I got to search for a 1985 ATC 70 air cleaner boot for the 3-wheeler I gave T-Dub when he was up here at Christmas. And
1985.
85. And Pat and I did the CDI ignition in it and worked on it. We got it running. I sent him a new
With no
carburetor.
oil.
And so now he needs the air cleaner boot. So now we got to look for that. But
And
the cool
is it
thing
the
about
intake?
it is
Oh, no,
T-Dub was
it's the boot.
5 and 6 years old. He rode the thing. It was a buddy of mine's, and he rode it. And then now his daughters get to ride it.
Well, you know, Honda. I've heard Honda's really good about getting parts for Honda stuff.
Oh, there's the end cap.
Oh
There's the
yeah,
end cap.
I every time I search for parts for that Honda, I've either gotten them on eBay or Amazon, and Amazon's been better than eBay.
I've seen, all right, every picture I'm seeing, everybody's just putting a downturned K&N on it. Because the intake, that you know how it's that little round, like that looks like a beer can, where
Yeah.
you bolt it on each end and you pull it
looks
out.
like a beer can.
The air
First time I
filter,
saw one of those, I thought it was a beer can.
the air filter looks like a damn beer can. You can make an air filter a beer can.
You could just take a whole can,
Share the screen.
put one of those
Share
Okay.
the screen.
padded filters in it.
And I'll punch it up there.
All right, here we go.
Let's see what this is.
I shared. Okay. See, this is what they're doing. See, because there's the picture. I mean that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're just putting a little K&N on it instead of having the air boot. So I think that's what's
You want
gonna.
to go that?
I think we
You
just.
want to go that way with it?
Yeah, I think that'd be the best bet.
Okay, I'll have to find that then. If you find that, send me the link so I can pick it up. Okay.
You want me to email you this link?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, they got two
And
different
then I
ones.
guess we'll do away with the airbox.
They got two ones, but yeah, they got a curved air one, and then there's a 15. This one. Oh, it's a 15 or 28 millimeter to 38 millimeter carb opening adapter, but it comes with a filter. But they got a whole bunch of ones. See, I mean, they got all these here.
Okay. No, just send me that link and I'll go ahead and order that and then I'll bring it. And then we'll get it off to T-Dub.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pat. Now what am I going to do tonight?
Well, because I found the gaskets. The only thing I couldn't find is the actual canister and then the rubber boot that fits in the opening in the side of the beer can and goes into the intake of the carb.
Okay.
The actual
Did
air
T-Dub change the carb? T-Dub did change the carb out, didn't he?
change the carb out? No, we didn't buy a new carb. We just got him a rebuild kit, right? We didn't buy him the whole carb?
I brought a brand new carburetor and I sent it to him.
Okay, so then probably yes, it got swapped out.
Let's.
Yeah, you'll probably
Oh,
have
here
to
we go.
change your air fuel mixture and all that when you put that new air cleaner on there. It's going to change everything a little bit.
I'm texting him and asking him.
But it does look like a beer can. It's amazing. I think the first one they made was a can. They made it out of a can.
Yeah.
Honda, those people over in Japan, they were
Well,
just-
Honda stuff just runs forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
top-
complain.
top-notch.
My 450 ran like a champ.
All right, Tom, I gotta run, man.
All right, Anthony, you be good.
My
Take it
neighbor
easy.
my neighbor comes and said, "Hey man, there's water pouring out from your carport," and I was like, I thought maybe my drain line come off my 800-pound bin Matawatt, ice maker again. But I went outside and half the yard's flooded. The damn water valve went in there and it squirted water all through the machine down the bottom of the bin and melted all the whole 800 pounds of ice out of there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
So I had to hurry up and turn the water off. Now I got to go get another water valve and replace it.
That sucks.
Hey, at least I didn't get into the electronics of it and fry the motor.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
All
All right,
I'll see
Anthony.
y'all later.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
See you later, Anthony.
No problem. Later, everybody.
Later, Anthony. Daggone, 800 pounds of ice all melted.
Gone.
Pat, I texted T-Dub on that, and he says, I started and stopped when I saw the air boot and the air cleaner housing were separated.
Okay.
So we'll just get that little thing and then go. I ordered off at Scrapping Irish says I ordered off of Amazon. It says it'll be there Monday, but it never said which Monday.
That's funny. All right, so they make a uni filter. Oh.
Oh,
Did I-
he found something else.
Oh.
My laptop has never had so many cables coming out for it in its whole entire lifetime. And this is a very old laptop.
That looks like it, doesn't it?
What?
This thing right here. It goes into the side of the beer can. This is your curve for your lip into the side of the beer can. This is where your carb mounts.
Yeah.
On the intake side of the carb, got your carb go this way and then downstream into the engine. That's the piece he needs. Reproduction airbox the carb boot, I think.
Where
because-
did you find that?
This is on HondaATC70.com.
Okay, now we got to find an air filter too.
Well, that's just a piece of foam. I mean,
You can use, yeah, or
you can
you,
buy a filter, what they call filter element.
yeah.
We use them on Vespas. You can just make your own filter
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give you the cage to wrap it around. So that's pretty much what they want you to do is just make your own air filter.
And you can just buy the material. They call it filter element or whatever. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
because I mean, or worst case, we could,
just cut them out. and-
yeah, we could get it. We could get a uni. I mean, because they have the OEM style here, 20 millimeter. So, but we'll check. We'll see what we got. Oh, OEM air filter right here. So the OEM, the one that's
Send
gonna.
me that. Well, you might as well send me that link. What do you want to keep it
Yeah, well,
OEM, or do you want to go
somebody's
ahead
done
and
the
do the
work for it.
K&N style?
You don't have to make it yourself. You don't have to have a template or anything.
Yeah, I don't care, Dad.
Okay. Well, neither do I. It's not me that's going to have to maintain it. So
I think personally, maybe going OEM with like I'll go ahead and stop sharing. Going like a K&N would probably be the best. Just do a K&N right onto the end of the boot.
well, then tonight, if you send me that link tonight, I'll go through it and sit there and see what I can find.
Because this one doesn't have the that K&N. Carbs intake and manifold gaskets, performance, engine and performance. Ooh,
Ooh.
big bore
A
kit.
little 70cc, we're going to hop it up.
Oh no, we can make it
Oh,
an
remember,
88.
your nieces are riding this thing. Pat.
Oh no, we're gonna be having sliding corners and be like, raw. It's gonna be
Yeah.
We can even
Emily, she's the middle child.
Just
Her
make-
idea, they had a battery operated Barbie car, you know, the ones that, you know, the big that they sit in, you know, and drive. Evelyn would sit there and drive it like a normal human being. Emily would sit there in the backyard, and the first thing she would do was mat the gas. And she wanted to make sure the rear tires were spinning. And then she'd keep the gas matted, and she hit the cinder block wall and the fence in my yard. And then she'd just start laughing and laughing. She'd get out, pick the front bumper up, turn it around, and jump back in it and start it all over again.
I remember the kids having those Barbie cars that you pedaled.
Now, this is one of these Fisher, I don't know if it was Fisher Price. It was battery operated, electric motor, had forward and reverse in it. They knew how to shift from forward to had forward, neutral, and reverse. And they knew how to shift it. There were little seat belts in it if they wanted to, which they never used. It was all made out of plastic. Nancy got it at a garage sale down the street, and all it needed was a new battery. And the battery was like $65.
Yeah. I just
And then-
remember it was just all just plastic. I mean,
man,
it was a Barbie car. I mean, it was a
we're
Barbie
hopping it
car.
up. We're hopping it up.
Yeah.
500 bucks.
Put a
500
500
bucks.
cc. No, put a
No.
Predator 420 cc.
No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it stock.
Pat found a
Stock
stroker.
cases.
We're gonna keep it
Yep.
stock.
I found a big bore
Pat found
and
a
a stroker.
stroker kit.
Yep. We go.
To make it 85 cc's.
No, we go from 88 big bore, and then with the stroker kit, it takes it another 20 cc. So you have a 108 cc.
On a
Yeah,
little
108 cc's.
500 bucks, 350 for the 80 cc full kit. It comes with everything you need: gasket, cylinder, carburetor, head, cam, piston, valves.
Now that would have been the way to go. Then you wouldn't have had to pay for all that stuff separate. You would have gotten
All together.
all the components you needed together.
500 bucks to put a big bore and a stroker kit on it. That's awesome. And you can still buy the parts. And you can still buy the parts from them if you blow a top end. Well, if it was mine, it would be when I blow the top end.
Yeah.
Because that's what I have a knack for. Top ends only last about 6 to 9 months with me. Uh-oh, internet died.
Tom's gone again.
Yeah, he just told Cox to suck it.
He's going to be switching to whatever.
No, there's nothing out here that's as reliable.
Well, we have two companies here. We have Spectrum and we have AT&T.
Okay.
internet. I love it.
Yeah, we have we have a bunch of internet companies, but Cox Communications is the only one that does cable modem. Everybody else is DSL.
Yeah, AT&T is DSL, and we had that when I lived in the house. And I
Mhm.
talked to AT&T, and I said, you know, I'd like to continue having service through AT&T. And they said, well, and I said, all I want is internet. I don't want a phone because I have a cell phone. AT&T said, no, you have to have a phone in order.
They
to
need
have
the phone
internet."
line. They need the
So
phone
then-
line for your DSL.
Then a friend of mine told me about this special that Time Warner was having, and all I pay for is internet. I don't pay for a phone. I got
Nice.
my cell phone is my house phone, and I got
Yeah.
internet. That's the only reason I'm not with AT&T. I was sold on AT&T. I thought it was great.
Ooh, we can even get an exhaust system. Ooh. This is
A
awesome.
chambered exhaust for it.
Like, yeah, an up or downturn style, complete with muffler and clamp. So it can go like up over the engine, and it's so it doesn't get damaged, or it can have the downturn. It comes with both tubes. And then they got one that comes out the middle and the back. You know how it has that plate that covers like the top of the axle and the brake?
Yeah, but didn't we have issues with the stock exhaust on that thing?
Because it was bent. Because it's down. It's a downturn. So like if you're hitting a trail and you hit a rock, guess what? The rock was
You
hitting.
want it to be the upturn because that's where the
But
damage-
The only downside about that is now is you're talking about kids riding it, and they might
and
burn
it's
their
hot.
brake.
You know,
Yeah.
they can burn.
Or
Just tell
something.
them to wear jeans or something.
Yeah.
Don't wear shorts.
If we ever make it out there, I hope this thing's running. We can throw it in the back of something and go take the girls out riding somewhere.
Well, they probably should be wearing something more substantial than shorts anyway.
Yeah, protective
Right.
gear.
Not ATV, but you know.
Yeah, at least some
Well,
protective
actually,
helmet.
here,
Oh, yeah, they have helmets. I know they do because Tom said he got them helmets.
hey Pat, here's a relic.
Yeah, that's T-Dub in mine. It was like my first helmet when I started riding.
I'm taking it to Texas with us when
Okay.
we go. Well, if and when we go. Notice see, it's been around for a while.
Yeah. Oh my God, they make a lot of billet parts for this thing too. My goodness, they really hopped their damn 70s up.
What is that? The thing 70s?
Yeah, this Honda ATC 70 website. This thing is freaking awesome.
Is yours a 70, Tom, or is it a 50?
This one is a 70.
It's a 70. It's a 1985 ATC 70. I got it from the original owner. He brought it for his daughter. T-Dub and his daughter are roughly the same age, and so every time he went out riding, he called me up and said, "Come on, bring T-Dub, let's go riding." And T-Dub rode it, and Nicole rode it, everything else, and they both, I mean, they had a blast on it. Then it sat in his shed for the longest time, and then one day he says, "I'm going to throw it out," and I said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, it needs a new ignition. It's shot." And he said, "The magneto shot on it." And I said, "Bring it up here." And he goes, "Why? You want it?" And I go, "Yeah." And he brought it up here, and it sat on, Pat and I put it on sawhorses and everything in the backyard for almost a year. And then we finally pulled it into the garage and put it up by the tool bench where we didn't have to walk and get tools.
Yeah.
And I ordered a CDI ignition plate for it, which did away with the points. And we had that sitting here. And then finally one day, Pat and I were sitting here drinking beer, talking, said, "Let's do it." And we just started tearing the thing apart and replaced it. And actually, when T-Dub was here in December, we got it running. And Pat said the carburetor was leaking. The carburetor had more leaks in it than anything. Pat says, "No, I want to hear it run. I want to hear it run." And that thing was, oh God, I pulled the fire extinguisher off the wall and had it standing by. I was so worried.
I'm sure it made a racket because they had all the leaks in the.
And then there was no oil. We forgot to put oil in it.
Ooh.
So we ran it ran for about 30 seconds without oil that first
Yeah,
time.
so it didn't hurt it.
No, we shut it off. And I was like, "Oh shit, there's no oil." Hit the kill switch. All right, let's pour some oil in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
And then ironically, it takes the same engine oil as my old 450, so we didn't need to buy any because I had a little bit left.
I was cleaning the garage out. You know, I still got two quarts of fork oil in here.
Oh, nice. You can trash it.
Oh, you don't need it?
I'll have nothing
I don't
but
know.
good fork oil.
Oil has a shelf life, doesn't it?
It does, but I don't have a dirt bike anymore to do forks on.
Yeah. Both my boys started out riding dirt. They both started riding dirt.
Is it Asus? Do they still?
Actually, Pat started riding a three-wheeler, went to a quad, then
Yeah.
went to a dirt bike.
Yeah, after I lost the spleen. Who made your power supply?
What?
The one we just put in yours.
Oh, you're looking up my computer stuff?
No, I'm looking up stuff for my computer build.
Oh, you just built a computer.
Not too long ago. I want to build a better one. I want to make this one look slow.
I just got a whole new setup and I'm real happy with it. Somebody did it for me, but it got it done at
I
a
don't know.
reasonable price.
Pat's
It's like buying a
stepson-
car.
Pat's stepson, David, wants to know what I'm going to do with the old computer. And the only thing left in it is the motherboard, the CPU. There is, when I had Dell made it, I thought there was a solid state drive in it. It could have been, I don't know. And we took the video card out of it. We took both hard drives out of it, and that's all that's left in the case. And he wants it. And I'm fine.
Yeah.
Pat's got to make him do chores for it though.
Yeah. So worst case, we'll throw a hard drive in it. I have like 3 here. I think 2 of them are bad. So I got 1 I can probably transfer some stuff around and just give it a quick format. See if I can throw Windows on it.
Okay. Well, you're going to need a video card too. I'll chip in for a video card.
It's got onboard video. It's got onboard video for right now, so that'll be fine.
You mean off the motherboard?
If it's a Dell, they probably had it on the motherboard.
Yeah, they did, but he put a video card in it, so he could do two monitors. But yeah,
I'd like to do that. I was talking to my brother about that. I said, can I do 2 monitors? He said, no. He said, you'll have to get another video card.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was looking when Pat was building this one, and he's explaining everything to me, going, okay, and I'm going, damn, this stuff has changed. And I remember it was 2001 when we built the last one together.
That big ass blue beast.
T-Dub and Pat sat in the living room, and that was that Termex big blue and silver box.
Thermaltake,
that big one I got had 5 fans in it and everything else. And everything we got was top of the line on it. And we sat in the living room, and that's when I showed Pat and T-Dub how to build computers. And here we come 20 years later, and granted, everything has changed. And in the garage today, Pat was showing me how to build today's computer.
Mm-hmm.
Which, right over. I mean,
the video card I want, Dad's $839.
Holy smokes! Okay.
It's not
and I asked him. I said, sitting there looking at the motherboard, and I go, "What's this slot for?" And he goes, "Oh, it's for another video card." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "You want to run 5 monitors?" And I go, "What the hell?"
Yeah, you can if you want, but it'd be tough. You need more RAM though too. You're gonna need 2 more sticks of RAM.
I'd be happy with 2 monitors. That put the comments on one monitor and the.
That's what I have running right now, and that's another thing too.
I'm having to switch from one screen to the other to get to the comments.
Well, I got 2 27-inch monitors, and the one that's active, this one here on the left, is got active and whatever, and then the one on the right I'm watching right now through the Mac is YouTube, what feed's going out to everybody else. But if you look right behind me, right here, this is where the Mac's gonna go when we get the computer. I got to order another 27-inch monitor to go here, and then put the Mac there. And I definitely want to play more because this Mac seems a lot more interesting. It's a lot more user friendly than, let's say, Windows is.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying.
Yeah, the Mac I remember I've had very positive experiences with the Mac, but I was familiar with the early stuff that came out, the early Macintosh stuff, but it was all top notch. It was very easy to use.
I'm having more fun doing things on the Mac, and then I come to a point to where I realized that Pat sat there. Pat hadn't loaded up anything. My email isn't loaded up. This isn't loaded. And so then I stopped because now I can't do different things that I want to do. But when I get, the Mac's going to stay. And when I finally get it in the spot where I want it, then I'm going to need to have him come over and spend an afternoon with me and show me a few things, because I'm going to buy another.
I could help you get your email set up. That's easy, but
mail's actually really easy. Yeah, mail's really easy.
I live too far away. I can't be over there in 5 minutes to help you out with it.
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me what kind of memory I can use?
What, are you building a computer now, Pat?
I have been building a computer, okay?
The whole entire saw
Not
the
this
case
whole
that I
entire,
got.
not this whole entire show, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
not telling me how much it's worth. It used to tell me how much it was like.
I'll be right back, folks.
Alrighty,
Anybody need
All right.
another beer?
I do.
Get me one in a shot, David.
All right.
It's not telling me. It used to tell me how much it was all total.
And I even, Pat, I forgot
Oh, I
to tell
got
you,
RAM.
I even got another brand new bottle of Maker's Mark yesterday.
Nice.
So
So I got my M.2, got RAM,
how
got
much RAM you putting in?
power supply, 32 gigs,
Oh, I wonder if I should buy 2 more RAM strips and put that in.
got a case, got a motherboard, got a processor. So all I need is a video card.
All right, let me ask a stupid question.
Yeah,
Do you have to put 2 strips of RAM in at a time?
yeah, it's better too. Yeah, it's better too.
Okay.
Video cards. This is where it's gonna get pricey.
Wonder if anybody's left watching us. We got 2 people watching us. And that's probably, the 2 is probably you and David C. Hold on, let me see.
No, I'm actually not on the YouTube feed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just on
The thing-
StreamYard.
I sent Dizzy and Hazy a link, and man, they
Yeah.
didn't show up. Pat, talk to everybody.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Talk
Okay,
to
yeah.
the 2 people.
I got it. Don't worry. Go ahead and go. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll talk.
Tell them about the computer you're building.
Well, I mean, the machine I'm building, it's going to be nice. It's going to make yours look slow. Let's see. Memory for the video card, 8. I only have one with 12. We'll check 11 and 8. I want a lot of memory on my video card. Best rating. Of course, it's an MSI. Ooh. Let's see what. Oh, that's right. They're not going to tell me. I don't want VR. Max resolution. 20. Oh, I forgot what 4K resolution is. What's 4K resolution?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Damn, I went out and got a shot of beer, and David isn't even back yet. Damn. Okay. Yes, Hazy and Dizzy are busy. I wonder if they're stroking who's stroking who.
Okay. I can get a 4K video card. Not bad.
How much is a 4K video card?
$400.
Damn.
465.
See, $1,300 for the case you want, aka table. $400 for the video card. $800 for the. Okay.
I got expensive taste.
Yeah, I see that.
But I didn't pick that case. I'm getting the same case as you.
The only thing I'm worried about is how long that cable is for that that external DVD Blu-ray player, because I want to put that on the desk.
It should tell you in there how long it is.
Well, it should be USB, so I could get a little extension on it, couldn't I?
You could, but you'd lose a little bit of speed in the transfer because of the cable.
Okay.
All right. Well, fuck. You're not going to show me any 11 gigabytes. I'm just going to take the filter off of 8 because I want to see the 11s. All right. Cool. $600 it is.
You know, you had better fun building the computer when you were living here, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah. Because I wasn't looking at the wish list, looking at the price down at the bottom right, like son of a bitch, $2,500 for a computer.
Well, actually, you didn't have any rent or anything. You didn't have any bills or rent or anything.
Life
so,
was easy.
Yes.
It's all right though. Oh, come on, I don't want to go to MSI. Give me an Asus 620.
Asus 620.
$620. Asus GeForce GTX 1070. STRIX GTX 1070.
You don't want to know how much I paid for this setup that I got here.
8 GB, 16. All right, give me the max res.
So, David, did your brother build you that, or?
I got it off of eBay. Somebody built that. It was $125, and that included the shipping. And then I had to get a monitor. It wasn't the best monitor. My monitor decided to go.
That's 8K. That's 8K ready. Holy shit. Sorry, guys.
I got 8 gigabytes of RAM. I got an i5 processor and Seagate. Now the thing that's odd is the hard drive on it, but which it's okay with me. It's a Seagate 250 gigabyte hard drive.
Is it SSD or is it a spinner?
Pat, you can tell David what we put together today. I mean, there's there's 16 gigabytes of RAM in it.
I wanted 16 gigabytes, but my brother said 8 would be fine. That would be last me.
And I put my 2 old hard drives in it, which we don't know work. One's a 2 terabyte and one's a 1 terabyte.
And then
the 1 terabyte is getting really old, so stuff on there I got to take off real quick if it does come up.
And then he's got a 1 terabyte SSD, and that's a solid state drive. It's about the size of a stick of gum.
Yeah, I know what it all. My brother has all that stuff. He says, "Oh, I have a 1 terabyte caviar drive that you can have." And I said, "Okay, we'll just put it in the mail." Next time I'm up there, I'll get it. But what I'm going to do with a terabyte a day?
Exactly.
I guess when I start editing video, I'm going to need more.
And then the 2 terabyte hard drive came with the computer that I had Dell built because I got tired of building computers and I just went online with Dell, and I just went with T-Dub looking over my shoulder at the time, and I think Pat was part of it, and we just started going, and I think this was 2005, 2007, 2008, and we just started going through everything and just sat there. And
that was just when the terabyte drive just came out.
I mean, Dell put out a good product because it lasted all this time.
I had a Dell that was my Dell. The other Dell was built in 2003. That's how long I had. That's that one. Well, it's junk now, but I mean, it was. I had nursed that thing along.
So I wonder if I can take that off and put a water plate on it. Okay. Did I put that on my wish list yet?
He's making his Christmas list.
I am.
His Hey Santa list. Dear Santa.
So that's pretty much it. That's the last piece of my build.
Dear Santa.
All right. How much did you spend?
It's not telling me, but I guess I'm going to have to bust out the calculator and add this shit up. 620 for the video card, 135 for my M.2, 145 for my power supply. So far I'm at 900. $100 for the case, 440 for my RAM. They're telling me my motherboard's out of stock.
That's why they can't come up with a price.
Probably. So let's see if there's one in here.
$440 for your RAM. How much RAM does it need?
32 gigs.
Is that all?
I can go to 64.
Some dollars.
I could go to 64, but we'll see. Damn it! I don't want.
David, while he's adding up everything, my first computer was a Zenith Heathkit, and it came in a box, and I had to assemble the printed circuit boards, everything. The only thing that was assembled was the amber monitor and the keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
it was amber. You had a choice of green, white, or amber monitors, and I got an
Yeah.
amber one. And so I put the thing together, got it up and running. I thought this was the biggest thing since sliced bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it? God, now I can't remember half the numbers.
$500 or
I
something
was
like
part of
back
the
in
Zenith
those days.
And
Those
this is
dollars?
83. And this and Zenith Heathkit and emailed me and goes, you can sit there and put in your machine a 10 megabyte hard drive.
Oh, I remember.
Oh God, there was nothing. And
I
we're
remember
talking-
when I got a 20 megabyte hard. I had a computer made for me. This was This was my second computer in 1988. I had one made for me, and it was supposed to come with a 30 megabyte drive, and he said, "Oh, we're all out of 30 megabyte drives, but we can put a 20 megabyte in there for you." I go, "Yeah." This 20 megabytes seemed like a lot of memory to me.
Yeah.
1988.
A lot of stories.
66.
Well, I was getting ready to order the 10 megabyte hard drive, and the guy at Zenith, when I called him, he said, "Hang on a little bit," and he says they're coming out with a 20 megabyte hard drive, and I said, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "Yeah," and he says it's going to be real easy to install, and this is all IDE stuff. So I mean, this is what started it all, and I said, "Okay, fine." So I waited. He sent it to me. I plugged it in, and man, I thought I could store stuff. I could store.
I never used all of the 20 mega. I never used all the space on that drive. The computer went away. I gave the computer away.
And this was back when DOS was king. That you're learning all these DOS commands and everything else. And
I loved DOS. I thought that was one of the best operating systems.
and so then it started escalating from there. I got another. What was it? I had 196K memory, and then I got another 196, which gave me 256K memory. Oh, I'm smoking. Stand back. I'm smoking. And this is a computer I built, and it was unbelievable. And then all of a sudden it just sat there, and I go, okay. And then all of a sudden it took off. And the reason why it took off, because all the development that NASA was doing with the space shuttle, and that they needed higher computers to sit there and do all this stuff. And it took off, and it was just, I mean, I go to work, and I was I was a senior mechanical designer for the Nevada test site, and I was
No, you weren't. So that's your Nevada connection.
Oh, 386 processor, this, that, and then the 486 processor came out, and we had 40 gigabyte hard drives, and oh man, this thing, you're talking big time here.
I had to get a 586, or what they called a Pentium, and Windows 95 when it first came out, because I wanted to go online. I got a disc in the mail from AOL, if you remember what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, boom, put this disc in your computer and you're on the internet. So I immediately found a computer at a closeout sale that had Windows 95 on it. It had 8 gigabytes of RAM on it, which I soon found out wasn't enough. I should have gotten 16 megabytes and 1 gigabyte drive.
Mm-hmm.
But it got me on the internet. I was able to dial on. It was dial up. There wasn't DSL or anything. It was dial up service.
What the fuck? How am I supposed to pick which
I
one?
found this the other day when I was looking at stuff, when we were trying to boot up the other computer, of the old computer and trying to see if we could sit there and get it to reboot. But look at this.
Office 97.
Still in the blister, still wrapped up.
And then when I'm building this computer, T-Dub says this media is going away.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a CD. The floppy disk is gone. This computer I have, my Dell computer had a floppy disk drive on it, but I took it in one time to be serviced. And he said, "You don't need this anymore." He said, "I just disconnected the floppy drive." And I said to the guy, "I don't use it anymore anyway. Don't worry about it."
My first interaction with computers, it was, what was it, 8 1/4 inch floppies, almost like a record that you put in, and then the next computer was down to 5 1/4 inch floppies.
That's where I started at 5 1/4, but I have had seen the 8 inch floppy disk, but my first computer had an 8 1/4 floppy disk drive on it.
And then, back in the day, we would do hydraulic calculations for a sprinkler system. Depending upon the complex of the sprinkler system, would take you depends upon how long. And the 8 1/4 was where I was working, was a company by the name of Name Mechanical, and we did the big expansion at McCarran Airport that sat there, took the old terminal and did it out, and we were designing systems there, and you hydraulically calculate the sprinkler systems to make sure it worked. And so you would push all your data in and everything else, put a brand new 8 1/4 inch floppy into the drive, close it up, and you'd wait till towards the end of the day of work to sit there and run it, because we were running calculations for the grid system. And you would hold your breath on whether it run through, because you go and let it run overnight and come back and then just sit there and look and go, "Oh shit, I didn't connect."
No error.
I didn't connect it. And so then you'd have to sit there and go, "Oh Jesus." So then you'd sit there and find the error, fix it, pump another 8 1/4, brand new 8 1/4 inch floppy or 8 1/2 floppy into the drive, close it up, and start running it again. But it takes through a grid system, and a grid system is you got a main here, and you got branch lines that feed sprinkler heads connecting it to it. Hence the name grid system. So you would sit there and wait for it to sit there and run all, because it's got to run. It's all loops. So you run, so it'd run the calculations and everything else and go, "Okay, yeah, you're good at that pipe size." Well, then if you sat there and said, "Well, hold it, I could shrink the pipe size down." And that was the whole idea as a designer, that you make the pipe smaller, because the smaller pipe, more profit for the company. And that's what you do. But then it took another 8 hours for it to cycle through again. And so from 1983, and here's the technology in where I worked. In 1983, that's what it was. That's what it took. You were sitting there doing all this stuff, and it took forever to run it. Till about 1988, 89, you could sit there and calculate a system and wait 30 minutes and it's done.
Yeah.
Now you can calculate a system and it will tell you right now what it's.
Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to open up a big grid calc, and do you want to walk through it real quick?
Go for it.
All
Sure,
right.
go.
I'll fucking share the screen. I got Hydrotech.
This is like 40 technology advanced 40 years.
Yeah, and this is in the fire protection
If
industry.
we're looking at 1989, let's consider 2019. That's 30 years.
Where did I put him?
I'm making us older than we really are, Tom.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, I was off by about 10 years.
Okay. So here we go. All right, let me share my screen.
This is 30 years later, Tom.
Hang on, Dexter. So this is the calc program that we use. Over here are your nodes, how you keep track of all your pipe, your paths. You got your pipe diameters here, pipe type, length, fittings. This is called the C factor. It's called a coefficient for friction loss. 120 is like your standard number. K factor of your sprinkler head, pretty much your diameter, your opening.
Well, hold it, Pat. 120 is the standard C factor for black steel pipe.
Yeah, wet.
Like copper pipe, if you use copper pipe, is like a C.
Yeah, you get a C at 150 for that. And so then we got all these paths, as my dad was saying, all the way through. We even got a fire pump in here. We got a fire pump right in here. And so even all the way back to the supply. So this would probably take 12, 13 hours, 20 hours. Just hit OK. There I go. System works, and I have a 13.14 safety margin.
And David, back in the 80s, that took me 8 hours to do.
And it's literally that quick.
And
it's amazing.
It's doing it. We're watching it right now.
It's already done. Yep, it's already done.
That's just the way it was. When I was in college, I worked in the what they call information technology.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't remember really what it was called, but I had to do the backups on a mini frame computer every night. And this was in a small town, and this college actually owned the utility company for the whole town. And I remember running these backups, and I would do like a 4-hour shift with them at night. I had 2 jobs. And when I was a senior, when I was about ready to graduate, they showed me this machine. They said, this takes an 8mm video cassette. Pop this little cassette.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to take Dexter out.
And this will automatically back up everything. Technically, this machine is replacing your job. When you leave, this little video cassette recorder is going to do it for you. But I remember putting the data on a 10-inch reel of tape, and I would run like 5 of those tapes through every night.
Man. When I was in college, I was going through architectural drafting, and we used to sit there, and you worked on grids, and this is basics of AutoCAD, but you worked on coordinates on the X. Okay, the center of the X is 0, and you go plus Y, or plus X, or minus X, or minus Y, and you work on coordinates of that. And so this is when CAD drawing or CAD drafting started coming in. So you would base everything off of that. And part of the class curriculum, or for your, what was it? This was freshman year, getting introduced to calculus and this. They would say, okay, here's your project. I want you to take what you had learned how to sit there and to do this. So take a picture and place your X and Y coordinates on it. And I want you to draw that picture on CAD. And all these guys, being smart asses and everything else, were taking fold-outs from Playboy and everything else, the whole 9 yards. All I did was something simple, was the floor plan. That's what I'm in. I'm architectural drafting. I did a floor plan. That's all I did. So it's a big box. Separate the distance for the walls. I did a floor plan of the house, and I did my dad's house. And I did it all and everything else, the whole 9 yards. And they sat there and they turned around. But what you had to do is you had to sit there and type it out. Remember the IBM cards? Remember back in the day how your check came from the IRS? It looked like an IBM.
Yeah, I got my Social Security check on one of those checks when I was on that. I started my disability.
You had to punch it out. Then you made your card, and then from the cards you had to make a tape. and then the tape you fed to the computer, and the computer drew it out. So if you're off one bit, you had to go back and search through the cards where you were off, retype that card, put it in, make a tape, go back. And it was just, and that's all I did was a floor plan. Half these guys who were going after the Playboy centerfold to sit there and to impress their instructor, sat there and didn't even finish it. All we ended up with a pair of legs or a butt or something. I mean, they couldn't go through because of the curve and everything. And
it
I
sounds
just,
like the photocopy your butt thing.
Yeah, I'm in this to sit there and design and learn how to design and do houses. Why should I sit there and try to do a girl on CAD?
Well, heck, if you could do a girl on CAD, you could do anything on CAD.
Yeah. Well, now all you got to do is scan.
You got to figure out the computer, I guess, does it for you, but they figure those curves out, you know. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything. That
I know
that was saying a lot for a computer to be able to figure that out, you know.
Now it is scan it, and you got it. I mean,
well, it's like I would go and put one of those reels of tape on there, and it'd take about 15 minutes to run one of those through. And I sat there in their information center or whatever on whatever high-tech desktop computer they had sitting in there at the moment, and was typing up my papers for my classes on all these new, you know, fancy computers that they had coming through there. I would just bring the floppy disk with me with the work on it, pop it in their computer and do my whatever work I need to do. So I was able to do homework while I was working, you know.
Well, the thing is always had to make me was how much some TV shows were totally into what computers were doing and how much TV shows weren't into it. In 1969, okay, there were computers. Granted, there were computers back in World War II because that's how submarine captains sat there and calculated torpedo run depth and everything else.
Yeah, they were all vacuum tubes too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1969, you're sitting there watching, as an avid Star Trek fan as I am, you're sitting there watching Star Trek, and here they're taking these little 3.5-inch floppy plastic things and shoving them in the computer.
In 1969.
And in 1969, and the computer's reading that stuff and going, okay, fine. All right. Here we go. 79.
1986.
1986. What do we got? Little 3.5.
We got a 3-inch floppy drive
that we're shoving into a computer, and the computer's sitting there going. But then the kicker is that little 3.5-inch floppy. Oh, you can hold this much memory, or you get a bigger one that'll hold this much memory, or you get a bigger one that'll hold this much memory.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
what was it? What James Bond movie was it? Goldfinger, where they had this high-tech. I think it was in Fort Knox in Kentucky. I'm a big James Bond fan. I like, and especially the old movies, the Sean Connery movies. But anyhow, there's this computer system in like Fort Knox, and you know it's James Bond. It's all spy stuff, and everything that would throw the whole system off was on one cassette tape. That's when they had figured out how to put data onto a cassette tape. And they one of the big scenes in the movie was them taking the one tape out with whatever important data on it and popping the other tape in there.
David, that was Diamonds Are Forever.
It was Diamonds Are Forever. Yes, it was, Tom.
She's married to Robert Redford right now, and I can't remember the Bond girl it was. But yeah, and supposedly the tower that James Bond in that movie sat there and repelled from was actually called the Landmark Hotel and Casino. And I did 2 years on that, retrofitting that hotel for sprinklers and I got the implosion video or pictures if you go upstairs in my game room, and you could sit there and see the implosion videos of that exact same tower that James Bond repelled from, to sit there and get up to Mr.
Yeah, I
White.
remember seeing that. You did a video about, I think you were painting your game room and you showed the picture. That's so sad. You know, it's sad in a way that.
Well, Nancy and I joke, I mean, as long as we've been here, we go, they've imploded hotels and everything else that we haven't been in yet. And it's exactly true. I mean, the strip corridor to me is meant for the tourist. Okay. I am a local. I don't go down the tourist corridor. I don't want to, unless I'm taking somebody and show them around. 90% of the time, what I'll do is I'll hand you a set of car keys. I will tell you the city's divided up into east, west, north, south, the way the roads go. I'm at the very west end of the valley. Here we go. Have fun.
You know, it's like when I come to Las Vegas, I'm not there to see the casinos. I'm not there to see the glitzy, touristy stuff. You know,
if you come to Las Vegas, you want to hang out with me, we ain't going to no casinos.
Well, I'm, you know.
Oh wait.
I didn't come to Las Vegas and hang out with you.
I gotta get going, guys. I gotta get going on dinner.
Oh, holy smokes! David, it's time to go. Dude.
Yeah, we're over.
It's
noon.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody coming in. I want to thank David Collins. I want to thank Patrick. I want to thank T-Dub. I want to thank Anthony. Anybody else who popped in?
Thank Anthony for stopping by.
And for stopping by. Everybody have a good one. We'll catch you next Friday, hopefully on a new computer.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
Peace.